Welcome to Blooming Dandelion, where we explore healing, growing, and evolving to live a balanced and fulfilling life. I'm your host, Andrea Rivera Cazul, and each week we'll dive into practical tips, inspiring stories, and expert advice to help you bloom. Let's get started.
Welcome back, Dandelions. Wow, it's a new year. We're in a new place. There's a lot to catch you up on. It's been a minute. I have to be so honest, and I know that we are missing the bloom and soil and everything, but today I am not doing this bloom and soil because I want to be able to sit here during my day off and talk to you about kind of what's been going on. We finished our first season of Blooming Dandelion, and I'm so grateful for anyone and everyone who listened. I think that my ideas and my advocacy, I wanted to continue that on in this platform on YouTube and as a podcast because I thought it was important to show up for those that might still feel like they don't have anyone showing up for them. In the month of December, I came to Puerto Rico for over a month. I, took a leave of absence. I focused on family, focused what I need to focus on. And in December, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed between family and specifically my relationship. And I think all in all of that takes a toll on anyone. And having to focus on yourself, but also having to focus on how to shift all of these different things can be overwhelming. There was a moment in time that I spoke to my sister and she was like, I think that with these big transitions that you're about to have in life, you're going to need some form of not only accountability, but more so than anything, just a check-in with someone. And family is great and all, but a professional will help you out even more. And I agree with her. So I immediately got into therapy. I immediately started to plan on what it was that I was going to plan out for my life, what it looked like not being in this relationship, what it looked like to pack up my things and move. And not only move, but move back home to Puerto Rico. I haven't lived in Puerto Rico since 2015, probably. The other times were obviously part-time because I was coming here and staying during the summertime and whatnot, but lived here since 2015. That's 10 years of being gone. There's something that happens with being gone for such a long time, being gone and life events happening, that now as an adult you start to think about and to analyze what's best for me, what do I want, and all that stuff. And I think within the past couple of years, before my grandfather had passed, before my grandmother had passed, before anyone got sick, I think you start feeling left out. You feel like lives are continuing on, especially with your family, and you're not present. And then last year when my nephew was born, I thought, I'm missing so much. And there was a lot of thought process before that year of me actually trying to think if, Puerto Rico was ever going to be an option again for me. Was it something that I wanted? Puerto Rico holds a lot of pain at certain moments of my life. And I think that was the crucial importance, let's say, or maybe the key to me unlearning, forgiving, and living outside of Puerto Rico and creating my life even as messy as it is and as much turmoil as I went through. I learned a lot. I learned about myself. I learned about what I want out of life, what I want out of people in my life, not only relationships, but friendships. And within this past year, after this whole breakup and everything, I have been analyzing a lot with my therapist and talking things out and really showing up for myself. I wanted 2025 to be a clean slate. And I'm sure that everyone starts off the year feeling that way and wanting to get right on track, wanting to make sure that everything is perfect and settled. And I think that there is never a moment, a perfect moment, let's say, a perfect moment to make a decision, make it right, there's no timing. There's no timing. I left and half of my stuff is still in Boston. Half of my stuff is elsewhere. And moving and choosing what's best for you can kind of look chaotic. It can look messy. It can look strange, but it doesn't have to matter or make sense to anyone else but you. But you. No one else needs to understand why. No one else needs to understand why you chose that decision for yourself. And I had to make peace with that. I had to really make sure that even if someone didn't understand why that choice was made for myself, that I didn't care, that I continued to move on, that I continued to do what was right for me. And so as time has gone on here in Puerto Rico, I have learned a lot of my resiliency and my survival within the last couple of years. I've learned a lot about where my trauma might stem from, which is something that I hadn't done through therapy yet. I've noticed, and I don't want to get emotional. I will say this. I think that whenever there's a big life change and you're never prepared, it always hurts. And it hurts when people want to repair things and the final straw was the final straw. And anytime that folks around me have mentioned that they're proud of me for the choices that I made, I sometimes get overwhelmed with emotions. And a lot of people have said that, and I'm grateful. It takes a while for me to see my strength, and I know that it's there. I know that I'm strong. I know that I'm capable. I know that I am independent. I know that I'm an advocate and fierce and sassy and everything, all of the adjectives. It takes me a minute to really ground myself and to understand that it's okay for me to say these things about myself. And I'm immensely grateful for the network of support that I've had, not only these past 3 years, but the network of support that I've seen since my situation with domestic violence. There's not enough words or anything to share gratitude with people that really show up for you. Especially when I have seen firsthand when folks turn their backs on people, especially in their times of need. I am privileged. I am blessed. I am immensely grateful for the amount of people that have stayed alongside and have helped me through my highest of highs and my lowest of lows. I wanted to make this episode a short one, a catch-up one. I didn't want it to be any more time. We needed to get back into the rhythm of things. I allowed myself the month of January for me to get settled, to at least organize my life. And I wanted to get back into this because this was fueling my heart last year. And this ignited a passion back within me that I had forgotten that I had. I know 2025 is going to look so different. I believe and I manifest and I affirm that all of these things are going to happen, that marvelous things are going to happen within work, that I will get to the next level of my content creating, that I will make sure to connect with folks that are similar minded and also that challenge me and accept me and love me and are proud of me and I'm proud of them. I want healthy relationships around me. I want to make sure that I travel for myself, that I travel by myself, that I travel with friends, that I travel for fun, for work, for whatever the case may be, that I pour into me more than I've ever poured into anything else. I think that's possible. I know that's possible. I just have to really hone in on these moments because they fleet away. Time just is too fast. So I wanted to come on here, make this short episode, make this short catch up because we deserve to take pause and to talk things out, even if it's towards a camera. You guys, I am in a room by myself. But even if we're talking out loud and you just need to hear it back, you need to hear yourself and see yourself, that will help you out. I want you to know that as I've gone through therapy and we've noticed a lot of correlations between relationships, I want you to know that if you find yourself falling into patterns, it's not your fault. There's a lot of things that we have to heal from, that if we don't heal from them or see that there's a correlating line, we'll never get rid of it, we'll never heal from it, we'll never stop making the same decisions. If we don't know, we can't grow or learn. So please find resources. And sometimes finding resources doesn't mean that you're immediately saying, oh, I have this, oh, I have that. It's just to get informed and educated. And then bring it up with folks, bring it up with your therapist, bring it up with your counselor, whoever you have, and talk it out to see if they're seeing the same things or if you need help, or just to get your questions answered. I hope that everyone here creates a space for themselves that you are proud of, that you feel safe in, and that you feel empowered in. I hope that you always know your worth, that you always know that you can stand up for yourself, that you can stand up for anyone else, that you're worthy of standing up for. I also want to make sure that I end this on a positive note. I hope that you remember that you're blooming, that you are growing, that you need water to survive, that you need to take time to be with yourself, to just be, to learn how to be comfortable within the loneliness, within just putting time away for you. You don't have to spread yourself thin to make sure that you are feeling worthy or seen. Okay? You can provide that space for yourself. I love you so much. Thank you again for giving me an amazing first season, for giving me a chance to be here and talk to y'all. As you can see, we're going through changes and we are short-haired, baby. But I love you, and another episode will come out soon. I can promise you that. I'm not going anywhere. We're just getting started.
Thanks for tuning in to Blooming Dandelion. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Follow us on social media on Instagram at Blooming Dandelion Podcast for more inspiration. And remember to keep on blooming. See you next time, dandelions.